Hi everyone. I don't typically do this, but I was actually pulled to share the cards that I actually just pulled in the current moment because I feel that the message is very relevant, and I feel that there's also, somebody who's going to come across this video who obviously needs to hear this message. So what I have here are the Soul's Journey lesson cards here. They're great. Like, if you are into decks and you work with decks, this is a really good one to have if you don't have it. But I just want to talk about some of the cards that got pulled here. We have love, trust, gratitude, change, and judgment. And my intention for pulling this card was, I kind of had a couple things on my mind between the collective. I felt pulled to share a reading, but I wasn't sure what type of reading I wanted to share. And then it was more of like, okay, like, what do I need to embrace, but what does everybody else need to embrace too? Like, what does the collective need to embrace? And I just thought that it was really powerful that the first three cards that came out were love, trust, and gratitude. So if you're in a situation right now where you're like, what do I do? Things are changing. I don't know how to, like, my feet are coming off the ground. Like, it's kind of like, like I'm struggling to stay grounded. I'm having anxiety. I'm not sure of what's going to happen. This is a message for you. So, love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Oops. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And at the bottom of the deck, you actually have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So, what it comes down to is that love, trust, and gratitude are the three things that you should keep in the forefront of your focus right now. Loving unconditionally, trusting the process, and being grateful for what it is that you have in the current moment right now. Living your day today. Not living it tomorrow, not living it yesterday. Living it right now, today, in the current moment. Doing whatever it is that makes you happy, enjoying time with your family, enjoying time with your friends, enjoying time with your pets, going outside on a walk by yourself, looking at the birds, looking at the trees, being grateful for the environment that we have, being grateful for the planet that we have, being grateful for, the opportunities that we've had, and, just being grateful for the time that we've gotten to share with people, because, obviously with like the whole, isolation period going on, it's been hard social distancing and stuff. So being grateful for that time and really recognizing how valuable those friendships are, how valuable the relationships are in your life, especially with family and friends. Trusting the process and knowing that, just having faith and having hope in what is of the future, but not getting too far ahead of yourself. Holding space for tomorrow, but also living your day today, trusting the process, trusting, that you're right where you need to be when you need to be there. Loving unconditionally, loving the moment, loving the minute, loving every aspect. I know it sounds really cliche, but it's finding that positive silver lining in every situation that you're in, living by the moment by moment, just living, embracing it, going with it, committing to see the practice of seeing all the good in things. Like, you're committing to see the positive. It's stepping away from the fear-based mindsets and just committing to an outlook of love, of an outlook of appreciation, an outlook of respect, an outlook of, like, just being, like, walking in your truth, living your life. Like, it's so powerful, especially with change and judgment here at the bottom. It's like, there's significant changes going on across the map, like across the borders of the planet, like everywhere. Like, change is happening. It's inevitable, right? The one thing that we can count on is change. It's always going to happen. And it's understanding that, again, nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Nothing can grow and flourish without something changing in that aspect of needing to go through a cycle of transformation, of the death and rebirth that we talk about with the death card. It's that beautiful transformation that, as uncomfortable as it might be, there's something very positive on the other side of it, that's an opportunity for growth and development and just love, honestly. And judgment, understanding that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Like, if you are, going through especially with this last moon that we just had, like, that moon really hit me out of left field, and I mean, like, really put me on my ass. And it was a lot of sudden realizations that I had in my deep personal relationships, and it was a really big deal. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one who felt that, and I'm sure that there are other people who are trying to ride out that wave of change when it comes to the dynamic of, what's going on in their lives. So having optimism, loving, trusting, and expressing gratitude, and having courage, of course, because with change comes courage. Because you have to have courage to embrace certain aspects of change, right? It's not always easy. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence, knowing that you can overcome the obstacles that are in front of you, because the obstacles might seem like mountains, but when you actually get up close to them, maybe they're not mountains, It's and that's not to diminish anybody's experience or anything like that, but it's just maybe change the perspective of it, because we're resilient, right? We are a resilient community, people, species, you know what I mean? Like, we're very resilient. And that resiliency is what's going to get you to the next step. It's going to get you to the next, over that mountain. It's going to carry you up that mountain, learning how to pick yourself back up with confidence, and knowing that, like, I might have fallen back down, but you know what? I'm going to get up, and I'm going to climb that freaking mountain, and I'm going to get to the top of it, and I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to go all the way back down the mountain once I get to the top of it. But it's like having that strength. It's like an inner strength that you're channeling here. But I just felt like this message was really important, because I felt like somebody had to hear it. There's somebody out there who's going to resonate with this. And it's going to give you that moment of just like, oh, okay. Like, because we all of us, regardless of our differences, we're all connected, right? On one degree or another. And to be able to love and have and see through the eyes of love during significant change, it takes practice, It's not always easy to see through the eyes of love. And especially trusting that, everybody has their unique path and challenges, and trusting the fact that you're right where you need to be when you need to be there. And that these things happen for a reason, regardless of, however some people might argue it. There's a higher purpose for a lot of stuff that goes on, especially in our personal lives. There's a higher purpose, there's a lesson, there's a reason. So, and then being grateful. And also take a moment to just reflect back on yourself and look at how far you've come. Look at how far you've grown. Where were you a year ago? Where were you 5 years ago? I guarantee you've grown. I guarantee that you've become a different aspect of yourself, but a stronger version of yourself, a more resilient version of yourself. It's a lot to reflect on, but I definitely think it's very important. Love, trust, gratitude. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Listen to your intuition, see through the eyes of love, and express gratitude for all things. All things. The planet, the plants, the animals, everything. Express gratitude. It's very powerful when you do. But anyway, that's really all I had to share. So I hope this message reaches the people or the person who it's meant to reach. So best wishes to you. Take care.